In this video, I want to share with you some of the things you should consider before applying for a nanny or a babysitting job, especially where kids are involved. I want to share with you some of the instances where kids were almost drowned just because of being away, or the parents being away, or the nanny or the person taking care being away. So in this video, you're gonna learn some of the things that you should consider before applying for a nanny job where it requires you to take care of the kids, especially where we have swimming pools. My name is Phoebe. I'm a content creator here on Kenya Lifestyle, and I want to give you my insights, some of the things that you should consider, because honestly, taking care of kids is not that easy. So welcome. In this video, I want to share with you some of the things that we women, we don't normally want to tell each other, and especially from women from Africa. And sometimes we are referred to as Black women. There is nothing bad about that. I don't see anything wrong, because we are from Africa, we represent, and Black represents our color. So I'm sorry if you will feel offended when I say Black women. But in this video, I want to share with you some of the things that we Black women need to know and need to be told. Okay?
I don't want to fall in love. I just want to have some fun, yeah. I don't want to fall in love.
As a mother of 3 kids, I have to tell you that taking care of kids is not that easy. Yes, it is so fun and it's so rewarding to know that the kids are growing and they're gonna be big one day, but it's not that easy, especially if you're working from mom, or you are like me who works from home. It's not that easy. You have to be always attentive to the kids. You have to make sure that you are meeting the requirements, or you are trying to make them as happy as possible as far as your job is concerned. I want to share with you some of the things you might consider when you are applying for these kind of jobs, especially where the kids are involved. Number one, if you are taking care of a kid, or you are applying for a job of a babysitting, make sure that you consider taking some swimming lessons. The reason why I'm telling you it is because you might go where you might be assigned in a home where we have swimming pools, and if you don't know how to swim and you are taking care of kids, anything can happen. So you must always try your level best to know swimming, or how to swim. Also train your kids. If you're a parent, try to train your kids to actually know swimming safety and also to take swimming lessons. Okay, another tip that I want to share with you is try to make sure that the kids and you are safe always. You know the surrounding, know the things that kids should not play with and the things that they should try to play with. Another thing that I want to share with you is actually look at this video. These are some of the clips you can see on the internet. Like this one, the father was inside and the kid is almost going to drown. Like the kid doesn't know anything, and you can see how the kid is going inside the water and just drowning, like not drowning, dropping inside, thinking that the water is not that deep. You can see what happens next. Luckily for this kid, the father was attentive and he rushed so quickly to save his little child. You can see what happens when such things happen. It's so important to know the surrounding and also be very attentive where the kid is. Don't leave the child alone. Don't do other things while the kids, especially where the pools are, you must take care. Okay. Another thing to consider is actually never jump into water if you don't know how to swim. Make sure that if you are swimming and the kids are involved, don't swim alone. Also, if it happens, then try as possible to shout for help and let someone who know how to swim jump inside the pool and actually save the child. Because if you don't know how to swim and you jump inside the water, it can be tragic. Another scenario is here, whereby the kids are playing. You can see this pool has no any safety, like it has not been surrounded, so it is so easy for a child to slip and fall down inside the water. So don't leave the child to hang around alone like this. For this instance, the child was playing, and you can see the things that he is using, they are all went into the water, and he was trying to go and take them. And then luckily this little child was saved by actually his younger kids. Can you imagine if the kids were not around, what could have happened? So make sure that you are not swimming alone, you are not leaving the child alone, and don't jump inside the water if you don't know how to swim. Another thing that I will advise you, or I will tell you to consider, is to take CPR training before you apply for such jobs, especially nanny and babysitting jobs. Make sure that you have well knowledge about CPR, because can you imagine if you don't know any CPR training and also you are alone at home and something happens, what will you do? Okay, so try as possible to make sure that you are having the training of CPR. Now, another thing you should always consider, especially when the kids are involved, is to try to wear or let the kids wear life jackets. Put a child in it because it's going to help them when they are swimming or when they are around the swimming pool. It can be of great help. And also make sure you know exactly how to use them. Okay. Another thing you should consider is actually always stay within designated swimming areas. Do not go inside the water thinking that the pool is not that deep. Some of the pools are actually designed in a way that you cannot tell whether they are actually so deep or they are shallow. So try to stay in the shallow area whereby they are not so deep. And before that, try to also actually put your feet inside the water to see how much you can go, or how deep is that swimming pool. Always make sure that you are asking the area or the people around or the person, the owner of the pool, how deep is the swimming pool, so that you don't make a mistake. Okay, always be very careful when you are dealing with kids, because anything can happen. Even the parents, anything can happen. Number 10 or number 11, you must make sure that you are not taking alcohol when you are going with the kids, especially to the swimming pool. Because can you imagine if you go there, if you are drunk and the kids are playing, what will happen? So be very careful. Don't take alcohol. Another thing is actually do not overuse your telephone, or do not use the telephone all the time when the kids are actually inside the swimming pool. Because when you are on the phone and you are not attentive to the child, it can be tragic. Can you imagine if something happened to the child and you are always on the telephone using or taking selfie or talking with your friend and you are not concentrating on the child? Anything can happen to the child. Okay, so be very careful. Apart from these things about the swimming pool, I have to tell you that you must always be attentive to the child. The child should be your first priority. Even if you're working inside a home where we have other jobs that you should do, make sure that you know where the child is. Do not leave the child in a showering room for more than 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes. Don't leave the child alone in the showering room, especially when the child is too small, because kids can drown even inside the home. So be very careful. And when you are going outside, always tell the parent of the child that I'm outside with the kids. Okay, so be very, very careful. We have seen also a lot of people who drown inside the water. They know how to swim, but some things just happen. So bear in mind to always tell a person if you are swimming, or let someone know that you are in the swimming pool, because some houses are built that they don't put any precautions, or they don't put any safety measures. So be very careful. Last but not least, in general, if you are taking care of a child, if he has any sharp things, make sure that you are taking them from him. Let him cry, let him do what he wants to do, but always make sure that you don't give the child sharp things. For instance, mine here, he normally cries for anything. He wants to go to the kitchen to cook, he wants to open the light, he wants to do a lot of things, but I won't let him because it can be tragic. For instance, this incident happened whereby he want to put something inside the washing machine, he want to take something to cook, he is always wanting to do something. Such incident happen especially with the kids like his age. So you must be very careful what the child is trying to do. Do not leave them alone. Make sure that you are closing some doors. For instance, if you are in the living room and you are doing your stuff there, don't let the other doors open. Try to close them so that you can supervise well the child and know exactly what they are doing. This is one trick that I normally use, especially when I'm home and I'm working. I normally close my kitchen and let the child actually play within the area that I am able to supervise them or to see him. Because kids are always kids. They do stuff, they make mess, and we have to take always precautions as parents, as guardians, as nannies, as babysitters. I hope you have enjoyed this short video, and if you are liking my content and you want to support me, please like this video, share if you can, and actually subscribe to my channel. Until next time again, I'll see you. Bye bye.
Because I want to back. Okay? Don't make trouble. I can see you. I see you. I see you. I see you.